some of you loyal subscribers and friends helped me buy this RAM micromotor system here. This one's more expensive. This system is brushless. I forget how much money it costs, but it's more expensive. Here's the hand pieces. It holds the 1/4 inch. It also holds the 8-inch, and it will hold the smaller 8-inch, and it will hold the smaller burrs too. But when I bought this system, I reached out to RAM. They did chip in a micromotor for the giveaway, for the chip-in giveaway that we had, and Rick won it. And they also sent this. I told them, I said, if you want to send me one, I'll make a video with it. I'll use it on videos, because this is a more affordable one that anybody, well, I think it's 185. It's under $200 on the RAM site. I'm going to leave a link to the RAM site below. But I've had 2 other micromotors besides this one, so I do have a fair bit of knowledge of them. Not the most, because I don't use them all the time. I use the Dremel, but I do use this a lot more now. This handpiece here runs 50,000 RPMs. This one, the 1/4 inch one, they say it should run at no more than 30,000 RPMs, but I run it at like 20. So this one here, they sent it to me. I said, if you want to send me one, I'll show it on videos. And they said, that's fantastic, Jordy. They're not sponsoring me. It's more of like I guess the word would be a partnership. They're partnering with me because they are quality tools. And this one, I just looked on their site. It said $185, and they also said, if I want to give a link, like I'll give a link to the RAM site at the bottom of my video in the description down below. But they also said they'll give me a code so each person can save themselves. I think it's another 10 or 15%. I'll have to read the email that they sent me last time. But let's get the camera in the overhead and look what's inside this box. So this is the cube carver. It's got brushes. The handpiece has brushes, and I think it runs 45,000 RPMs. Ben's Studio on the Lake does have this one. But he uses it, but he bought a better one too. He bought the OZ Plus, so he's got 2 of them. Okay, so let's see what type of goodies we get in this box. So they give you all the different micromotors and stuff like that. Sooner or later, I do want to port this brushless one. RAM, Jordy needs a brushless portable micromotor. Yeah, just kidding. So here's the cube. I think this is the one that I had before, and I sold it to Larry Dibbs over there on Vancouver Island. But this is the iCube here, 45. And then they give you the warranty, the warranty. So they give you a little thing to put your handpiece on. Here's your power supply plug. And then another thing about all the different micromotors and instructions, I believe. Different hand pieces, changing the burrs right here, how to do it. These micromotors are awesome because you don't have to use a key or anything to change the burrs. It's just a friggin' switch on the handpiece. Oh, they gave me an extra collet too. So you got this collet, and this just goes inside your handpiece here, so you can use the smaller burrs too. I think they're 3/32. Okay. So here's the handpiece. They give you extra set of brushes as well, which is awesome because it's even a pain in the ass to get brushes for Dremel, you know. So that's great. I keep these all in the box with the handpiece. Here's the handpiece, and they give you these little wrenches too in case you gotta do some operation surgery on this thing. So that's good. Let me get this out of the box and all set up, and I'll be back. Okay, so I got it all set up. It's really easy to use. You just got the plug and goes in the back. There's your on-off switch. This handpiece plugs into the front. You know, I was thinking, why? I was trying to fit it back here, but then if you actually, read the instructions, this is for a foot pedal. So I do suggest if you're going to buy one of these, spend the extra money and get yourself a foot pedal. I don't know if these foot pedals are for speed controls for this unit, but they work awesome. I think it probably would work for a speed control. And I use foot pedals with my Dremels, with my Fordhams and everything. It's way better than having to hit start and hit stop. You do that with your foot, right? And it just makes carving so much more easier. So you see here, it's got the hand. So this would be like the hand control or the foot control. So if I hit that there, now it's on the foot control. I'd be able to control it with my foot pedal. If I go like this, boom, now I do the motor stop and start right here with this button. Okay, it's got a forward and reverse. For these hand pieces, these micro motors, I don't suggest running your flame burrs, your really extreme burrs in them, because, well, I don't think they're really made for that. I don't care, any brand micro motor is not made for the extreme burrs, in my opinion. Like I said, I got a little bit of experience. It also has this little slot there to put your burrs in. Okay, so there's my extra little collet. If I ever want to need it, it's nice and tucked in there, that little silver thing. This is a burr that Ram makes. I think it's carbon steel. I think it's a bit too big to be a diamond burr. So they sent along this with this too. And they also sent me these like these little wheels. You know, Ram, I'm sorry here, like, I'm not gonna lie, but I got a lot cheaper way to make these with Scotch-Brite, but we'll see. I'm going to try these out and see how they work for sure. I think these might even, I'm not sure if they're the smaller burrs, the 3/32 on here. But yeah, so I got a cheaper way to make these myself. But, you know, it's about being cheap, but also having quality. But I'm sure these are good. I'm not knocking them. So these, let me get the camera in the overhead and we'll fire up this handpiece and I'll show you guys how easy it is to change the burrs. Okay, so they give you this sleeve. Just Carve Rob yelled at me because I sent him my older handpiece to fix because I took it apart and couldn't back together. But these little sleeveless these little burless sleeves are in there for a reason, because you always want to have something in here. So that's how easy it is. Okay, let's do an example. So it's locked in there. Okay. You got this part right here. Click it. And done. We'll start off with the burr that Ram sent me. We'll put it in there. Okay. I do suggest when you put your burrs in, don't leave them all the way out like this. Because what you're going to do is this thing spins 45,000 RPMs and this burr is just going to bend or you're going to break it, right? So I always put my burrs in all the way tight. I pull it out just a little bit. Then I'll lock it up. Okay, I got another burr in here. It's locked in, right? So all you do is just spin it once. Here, click, pull it out. Pretend I'm putting this down, getting another burr. Boom. You put the other burr in. Push it in, pull it out just a little bit, and lock it up. Now it's tight in there. Why I push it out just a little bit? Because sometimes these collets do get worn out, and the burrs or the shaft on the burr gets like gooey, and they get stuck in there. So if you pull it out just a little bit, doesn't even need to be pulled out that much, just a little, we'll just say a hair. And then if it's stuck in there, all you have to do is release this handle, tap it down on the table just like that. The burr will push in and you can pull it out. So that's that. So I'm going to fire this up. It's set at 33. Let's see if we can get this set up better so you guys can see. Okay, it's set at 39,000 RPMs. So I'm just going to turn this on with this handpiece in my hand. You guys can see it. And this microphone that I'm using doesn't really have a noise reduction. I just had to order another microphone. So there you go. That's, you know, see it, turn it off, turn it on again. Turn it off. So, you know, like using this, it's got the stretchy cord. I also do want to say, and I'm not a sales pitch for Ram, I don't care what anybody thinks. I had the other cheaper blue master carver. This holds a lot better in here than the blue master carver one did. It's tighter. It's a tighter fit. What else was I going to say? I forget. Stand by. So this unit, it's hard to explain, but if you compare this to like something to like Dremel's like holding a handpiece and all you're doing is going over speed bumps and it's a bumpy ride. Holding this handpiece is like floating in clouds. It's just so nice and smooth, and it does finer work. It does, when you use this too, it does finer work because it's spinning much faster than the Dremel, and it has less time for the cutters on these burrs to leave the marks, if that makes sense, right? So I think enough of me babbling here. Let's set up. So like I said earlier, I think I said it, I got this stick I found on the beach on Vancouver Island. I do not know what type of wood it is, but we're going to carve a wood spirit right here. Yep, see, I kind of already got the face drawn on. And it's going to be, hey, look at the new Ram cube carver that you can get, and let's learn how to carve a wood spirit at the same time. Ha! Hi, Liz! Throughout this video, you guys will hear like different sounding mics because I run two different sounding mics. The one I got now is better for noise reduction. So, but this bit that I got on here from the Ram they sent me, and you guys over at Ram, I just want to say thank you for your generosity for the Carving Fusion community. I'm gonna be honest here. I told everybody like watching this YouTube video, I chatted with them at RAM, super great people, and I told them that I'm not looking for to get sponsorship or anything like that. And so they said, well, how can they chip in? And that's when they gave the iCube carver for the giveaway, and they sent me this one because it's not about sponsorships or anything like. Not that there's anything wrong with it that other people have it. It's just not really for me, right? But I better say that this bit that they sent me here, so they don't call me up and say, Jordy, that's it. We don't want to work with you again. You don't know how to say things properly, and you're just a big fat dummy with a hole in his head. So this bit here that I'm going to be starting off with, I don't know if I'm going to like it, and I'm going to be honest, but this is the Blizzard bit, the 1/8 large flame coarse burr. That's what this one is. And my favorite bits to use are the flame bits because you got the skinny tip and then you got the fat side. So you can do a thin little cut here, or you can put it on a side and remove some wood. I'm going to try this. If I don't like it, I'm going to switch it out. Sorry, Ram. Don't hate. Don't hate. Just a fat guy with a hole in his head having a good time. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to think of where you want to put your wood spirit. I rolled this stick around just because this is a wall hanger, right? So I rolled it around to see where it would sit best on the wall. So boom, we found our spot. All you need to do is put a little hole in the back here later on, so somebody just has to put a nail and put it on the wall. You can use a little thingy, metal thing, or whatever. So the wood spirit, how do you want this to go? There's so many different wood spirit channels now. Everybody has their own style. My wood spirits are probably the best on YouTube, and I really don't give a shit. And another thing too I'm going to talk about right now that I really don't give a shit. If I want to say carve deeper on every single one of my videos, let it be known. I'm going to say carve deeper. Carve deeper means if you have a mistake on your carving that you don't like, carve it out. Carve it deeper until you like what you got. So don't be confused, any of you Carving Fusion haters out there. I'm sick and tired of tiptoeing around. Carve deeper, everybody. If you're a beginning wood carver, carve deeper till you're happy. Yes! It felt so good to say that. So we got our, so here's our forehead up here. I always like to start off with the smaller forehead. Let me see if we can get some better lighting here. I always like to start off with the smaller forehead than a bigger forehead, because a bigger forehead it can look like a mongoloid. A smaller forehead you can make bigger. Then a bigger forehead smaller. Remember, with wood carving, you're removing, right? So our eyes will be here. This isn't going to be a crazy. I'm not trying to carve a wizard here. I'm not trying to carve a realistic looking person. That's okay. I'm carving a wood spirits. Wood spirits can be whatever you want them to be. They don't even have to have a nose and an eye. If you want to carve a friggin' line in this piece of wood with a circle and a square and a triangle on it and say that's a wood spirit, well, then it's a friggin' wood spirit. I know I'm a little bit aggressive right now, but it's just the bottom line. So there's our nose. When I do the nose, I like to get both, so you got, sorry, I should have said, everybody, it's great to have center lines on your wood spirits or any carving, right? You always have your center line, because then you got two sides, one side, two sides. So then our mustache, we'll just kind of make this guy's mustache. And somebody was asking on one of my videos
about, like, is there a way to tell scale for the nose and the eyes? There is ways to know. I think eyes are 1/5, so the bridge of your nose, like, so you should have two, so 1/5, right? So you got a 2 here, a 2 here, and the bridge of your nose is a 1. Does that make sense? That would make 1/5. I don't know the length of the nose. I don't know if there's scale for that. I don't even know if I've researched it. I just like carving. The bottom line for me is I just like carving, having a good time. That's about it. You can give it characters on the eyebrows later if you want. So there's our. We don't even need to draw this bottom of this mustache in right now. We don't even need to draw these eyes in right now. The first thing, if you're to the very beginning wood carvers, if you get this, draw this forehead in, you carve it back, and all right here, all this wood is, see how it's straight right now? If you carve it back, that's how you can get the nose to stick farthest off the face. But you don't have to have the nose sticking farthest off the face. There's Sticks and Stones over there. Kevin at Sticks and Stones. He's great at being able to carve a face, and Steven Kanzora with chainsaws is great at being able to carve a face with not much depth in it, but they can basically just draw it on. It looks like it's well carved. They can carve it on, but they know how to make it look three-dimensional when it's not really three-dimensional. When you look at it this way, it looks flat, but when you look at it this way, it looks like a three-dimensional face. Anyways, I'm going on about a bunch of bullshit, so let's turn the fan on here. Sorry, Ram, I'm swearing in my video. We got the fan going, so let's take this forehead back and see how this ram carver this bit works here. It's going to be a long video. Okay, so I'm running it at 39,000 RPMs. See if we can get some better lighting here. When you use this handpiece, you gotta let the burr do the work. I know I'm heavy-handed, so I gotta keep reminding myself, don't push too hard, right? I'm just hoping that this piece is not maple. I hate carving maple. This machine's so nice to use too because it doesn't throw dust so crazy like the Dremel does, and it's a lot quieter. I'm not trying to sell it to you guys. Okay, so I do like this bit. But I think I need something a bit more aggressive because, well, it's going just a bit too slow for me. It is working, but this would be more for like doing more textures and something. So I'm gonna switch the bit. I like it. Don't hate, Ram. Don't hate. Okay, you know what? I got a really burnt out Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr here. I'm gonna try using this. It's worn out, but lots of people ask, how do you clean your burrs? I just got this little jeweler's brush. It's metal, steel. I don't care. This is how I clean it. I just turn this on, tap it against this. You'll see sparks flying. Don't care. Or you can burn the stuff out, right? So let's turn it on. Good enough. It's clean. Okay, that's it. Just a little jeweler's thing. Or you can get a wire brush. They say brass or whatever. So yeah, this is working a lot better for me. You know what? I'm gonna take this burr out. Man, I miss having a foot pedal. I should hook up a foot pedal this, so I suggest getting the foot pedal with your thing. This one's so worn out, it worked great. I'm going to try a decent one. Like, look at this one here. I got to clean it up, but that's a pretty good one. I'm going to try it with a regular one. It works good so far. Stand by. Okay, so I got this one in here. This one's pretty good. I'm not going to do any, I'm just going to take the wood back a bit more into the head. See how it's sloping back that way? But I want to do it to about here. Slope it down. Let's turn it on. See it chaffering there because I'm pushing too hard. Just let the burr do the work. Yeah, this is great. Okay, one other thing that I had a problem before with the other carver that I sold Larry Dibbs. It would stall, like you'd put too much pressure on the motors. I don't know if the stall would be inside the motor or inside the base part, but it would stall and it would have to reset. Let's see if this one does that, because I know I'm going to be able to try easy with this extreme burr. Okay, so this has a stall too, you saw that? But it's okay, I'm okay with that now because once you learn these tools better, everything works better. So I can use this and remove lots of wood without having it stall now because I know the tool better. It takes a long time to familiar yourself with different tools, but like once you know the tool, it's gonna help your carving or whatever game you do a lot better. It's a big part of it. So you can see here I'm removing lots of wood and it's not stalling out, so that's good. Because like I said, it's just about knowing the tool better. I like it so far. It's holding the, it's holding the, what it's doing. It's doing great. So now let's get the nose drawn. I'm just going to run this live. Lots of you that are just looking at this video for the carver itself might not want to watch this wood spirit stuff. But how can I give my honest opinion of a tool if I don't try it? So let's see if we can get some depth with this extreme burr on here. Without it stalling. And yes, we are. Okay, cut across the eyes. Okay, so there I stalled it. Why it stalled there? Because I got see inside there, there's like a channel inside there and it got stuck on both sides, the burr did. So I suggest do your cut, remove wood. So it's not like a canyon. Taper the nose back. Okay, so let's cut underneath this nose. Okay, now remove the wood underneath the nose. Some deep cuts there. Paused. You know, it's good that it has that pause, because if it didn't have that pause when you overloaded this motor, good chance you'd fry the motor pretty quick. Okay, so let me remove some more of this wood. Actually, let's just keep going. You got to remove lots of that wood beneath the nose right here to make the nose stick off higher. Okay, so at this point, I think the nose is sticking forward. Make sure you don't have a cut bump underneath the nose, like keep on removing the wood underneath it. At this point, the nose is sticking farthest off now. One of my problems that I have when I'm doing wood spirits is the nose is always too wide. So at this point, I think the nose is too wide. If you look at the two sides of the face, I'm going to make the nose thinner. So that means you have to get right down to the bottom. And we'll make it like a triangle. So I just changed that. I just made the nose thinner. So now I got to carve deeper around the nose where I changed it. Does that make sense to you? Let's crank this sucker up. It's running at 39,000 RPMs or whatever. Let's crank it up to 45. Oh yeah, now we're going. So let's cut inside the beard. Look, I can put the handpiece down and it just sits there, still running. There's different things you can do on wood spirits. I'm just going to leave this one more basic. So there's the inside of his beard, his mustache. Okay, that might be a bit too fat. That's heavy hands, right? I still don't know what type of wood this is. It might be poplar or birch. So, because I get carved. So what I'm doing right now, see inside here, I'm trying to make the bottom lip the same height as a bit lower than the bridge of the nose, or the same height. So let's see, we're almost getting there. Okay, cut your bottom lip in. Okay, so now at this point, this is where I don't want to have any pen or anything on them. the wood itself, because I'm going to take a break. And this is when you take a break and you kind of look to see what you like and what you don't like. But so far I'm pretty happy with this carver. You know, if you got an extreme burr on there, as long as you don't press too hard, it's golden. And I am known to press too hard on my tools. For all my carving fusion friends, this is why I'm not interested in having a sponsorship. Because if I want to have a dirty old ashtray and 2 cigarette packs, res style, and a dirty coffee mug that says, "Hi, Evil Rick," okay, bye, Evil Rick, well, I'm going to have that. And they can't say anything. Because I can just do me. Just be Jordy. Yep. Okay, bye.
Okay, so I'm pretty impressed with that the cube carver did with that extreme flame burr. Like I said, these aren't meant for the flame burrs, but I just wanted to show you guys, yes, it does work. So now I'm going to switch out burrs. Where's the next burr that I'm going to use? This is the cut saw taper burr. It's a silver one, so that's the medium aggressive one, and these are the burrs that I suggest that you use with these carvers. I would really suggest, my favorite burr is the flame burr, like this shape right here, but not the extreme, but the silver ones for this type of carver. So now let's see here. What's going on? We've got some kind of wood spirit face there, or some kind of face there going on, don't we? Let's see if we can get the camera back in the overhead, switch out this burr, put in this burr, and carry on. Okay, so there's the burr in here. This is how easy it is to switch. Give it a click, pull it out, put your new burr in there, push it in, pull it out just a little bit, lock it up, press start. 3, 2, 1. Ignite the fan. I don't even know what I'm going to do right now. So let's see here. We're running at 45,000. Let's try and shape this nose. Give him some nostrils a bit. Okay, so I think I don't need to explain everything. Sometimes you guys can just watch and learn. Let's see how I'm removing more wood below the nose. Just, you know, when you're just learning, it's really important to take your time. And everything is my opinion. To take your time when you're working on the nose. Like I can carve a nose in a couple seconds, but for this video I'm trying to go slower to show you guys to take your time. So now I set this nose up. I set this nose up so it's like a triangle on the top. So looking at this down, the nose is like this. Let's see if I can give you a view. But you see how it's like a triangle there at the top from the bottoms, and it's pointy at the top. Then you just kind of mess around with it. Okay, here's another tip too. So see the bottom lip there? On each side, so here then there, I'm going to dig deep inside there, because if you're going to burn this, that burn stays inside there. It's just a real nice effect. So you guys see how aggressive I just pushed in there, and this thing didn't stall out. So I think it's pretty good. So you guys see how far the mustache is sticking off the face there? It doesn't need to stick that far off the face. So let's take it down. I'm just going to kind of rotate it over here like this. And anybody can do this. These aren't very hard to do. You know, when you first start, you're going to be like, what is that I just carved? But you know, every one that you do, you're going to progress and you're just going to get better. I'm still not very good at them. I'm not a very good, if you look at the scale of the wood carvers out there, I'm not a very good I'm not a very good artist, point blank. But I get shit done. I just go for it, and I don't care. I do care, but I don't care. But I don't care, but I do care. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't, maybe I do. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe you know. But I don't. But then again, I just might know. So you see how I took that mustache down there? See, it's not sticking so far off the face anymore. So what else can we do with this burr? Okay. So since we're on a roll here, you know, if you think that bottom lip's too far down from the mustache, like the mustache is too big in between here, you can always carve that bottom lip out, recarve your mustache up higher to your nose, and then recarve your bottom lip in. But I think we're going pretty good here. So what can we do here? And you see that line there? You know, this is sometimes, I hate to say it, being a hypocrite, where you don't want to carve too deep, but you can carve it deep inside there and then push the mustache deeper in. But you don't want to go too deep. Man, I hate being a hypocrite to myself. Okay, so let's give this guy some nostrils. All I do is go up and under. Don't go too close to this edge of the nostril, because you'll have a blowout, then you have a big huge flare of a nostril. Happens to me all the time. Once again, I don't care. Okay, so up and under. Now the other side. Lots of the time I look at underneath the nose. See how there's the nostrils right there? They look pretty good to me. This one could be a little bit bigger. Okay. Now let's give this nostril some shape. Now what else can we do? We can even cut in our beard hairs with this. I'm going to try and give this guy let's cut in our beard hair. So I'll show you what I do. I just go randomly, like sorry, this is the mustache hairs. I bring it up from under and I come over like that. See? Okay, kind of smooth it out below the nose. Come over here and do the same thing. That Rex that I gave the shout out to this video, he says on one of his videos, there should never be a straight line on him if you're doing a face like this, carving. You should never have a straight line. So that's good to remember. So this one, up and under. Well, you guys will see I block this out, like, so I cut it and then I remove this wood off video just to give him something a little bit different, kind of beard, right? So you want to kind of go around that tip. Oops. Try and keep everything flowing in the same motion. You know, so like, here's this edge of this beard hair. See here? I'm going to go like this on the side. I'm going to come up and over. It doesn't matter if you hit the outside of it. You can clean it up again later if you want. So up and over. See that? It just gives it some more character. There's so many different ways you can do it. Okay, so even on this side too, up and over. We hit that edge there, we'll just kind of clean it up. I think it's going on point. What do you guys think? See that? There's a straight line right there. So I'm just gonna, how am I gonna do this? I'm gonna cross it over. Over here, cross it over. Okay, so the hair. The hair. I'm gonna flip this around. This is such a nice tool to work with, like dust doesn't fly like crazy. The dust collector table can manage basically all the dust that comes out of this. So I got a big square here. I'm just gonna kind of run, like from the forehead, I'm just gonna kind of round this off a bit. And this guy's just gonna have funky hair going up to the roots and stuff like that, right? So now I gotta turn this. This is why I don't like carving the longer sticks, because they're hard to show on carving. So I kind of just rounded that top off a bit. So let's make this guy's hair. Let me turn this off for a second. This is why I like having a foot pedal, and I suggest the foot pedal to everybody. Let me turn this fan off. This is what I love doing. I love carving wood spirits, and I love making YouTube videos too. So this, the hair, you see the hair here? So then we'll just kind of give this guy, we'll give him a nice flowing hairdo, kind of up and over, right? Because you remember you got these root pieces. This would normally be underground too. So this is a piece that I got. I don't know if I already said it. I got on Vancouver Island in Port Renfrew. So we're just gonna give this guy some simple hair. See that? You know, the more swoosh lines like this, I call this a swoosh line like this. Whoosh. The more swoosh lines and movement you can give them, the better it's going to look, right? Whoosh. You got to make that noise. When I'm carving, sometimes I make that noise or drawing it on. Okay, so I'm going to put this upside down, and let's start off with the hairs. 3, 2, 1, ignite the fan. 3, 2, 1, ignite the iCube carver. So you can see with this bit here, I've never had a problem with the thing stalling. And I am putting lots of pressure on it right now. So it does have lots of torque. I like it so far. If I didn't like it, I'd be honest. Okay, so you can see all our cuts are in there. Now I'm just going to go along and just taper them down. Yeah, I think this is a piece of birch. You know what? I got another better burr for this. Stand by.
Okay, so this is the Kutzall Silver cone burr. I think they call it taper burr, but it's like a reverse cone. I think this might be the gold one actually. So 3, 2, 1, ignite power. And great, my light just went out. There it is. So I'm tapering it down, and I'm also getting rid of the pen marks at the same time. Okay, I'll get this done, then I'll be back. Let's see here. Very good, very good, very good. Carry on. Okay, I think it's going pretty well on point so far. Um, you know, for the very beginning carvers out there, sometimes you'll be like, well, my wood spirits just look the same over and over again. And I'm the same way too. Like my wood spirits always look the same. Sometimes I try different things. Like you see how I made that nose skinnier and it made the face wider, right? And I also practicing making my noses not so slope down the way my fingers. I'm trying to slope them back like pig noses, kind of like my nose. That's what I was called when I was a kid, pig nose. So you can see the nostrils better. So now what I'm going to do is get one of those little aluminum cutters and try and carve in some real simpleton eyes and maybe give them a little bit of details. Let's see how this sucker holds up with little specialty Chinese carving fusion Chinese cheap cutters. Yep, shit your pants. Don't shit your pants. Which one do I want to use? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a hooker by her toe. If she hollers, you better let her go. But you better let her go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh, look at that. We got like a little brand new one there, right here. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, you see I got the little cutter in here. It looks pretty new. This is the smallest one. I think when you buy those, they're in my Amazon store, and I'm starting to become like a friggin' Jedi samurai with these little burrs here, with my like what's it? Not Jedi samurai, lifesaver. This is my lifesaver. You know, eyes are always the hardest to show doing YouTube videos, especially something this small. Um, so you can see that I got them drawn on with pencil. If these eyes don't turn out, and for all you beginning carvers, if the eyes don't turn out, freaking carve them out. Who cares? Wood spirits don't need to have real eyes. Okay, so let's get the power going. So you see these circles here. All I'm going to do is cut on the outside of these circles. Once I get my handpiece better, cut on the out. I'm running this at 45,000 RPMs. I'm going to cut on the outside of these circles. Then I'm going to remove the wood on the outside of the circles to get the circles to pop off more, because then that's how you can make the real round eyes, okay? Because when you're doing eyes, you want to be centered to the piece so you can make sure that you're doing them both equal. Yeah, this is 100% birch. I can smell it now. So you see how deep I carved that in? Now I got to try and carve the other one in, and I'm doing it on camera, so I can't, oops, just lost power. Power outage. Oh, I didn't have the plug in very good in the back. I need to put it in better. Yeah, there, I put it in all the way. It was just loose. Okay, power. So do your cuts nice and deep in here. Uh-oh. It's not the same size as the other. See what I mean? They're not equal because I'm not able to look straight on at filming. So now I'm going to remove the wood away. You know, these cutters here are more like you're basically carving with a chisel, because it catches the grain of the wood sometimes. So you gotta, now I'm gonna flip this piece over. So you gotta watch different grains of different woods, because it will snag it. Okay, so now you can see, I know it's upside down, but you can see those circles are popping off because I removed the wood around it. Now I'm going to try and round these off a bit. This is when you really want to take your time. So this eye is way bigger than this eye, so I think I still have the opportunity to make it smaller. I'm just trying to round these off the best I can. Okay, so now I gotta flip this around. Man, this drives me nuts. Core, yeah, see, like, anyways, we're just gonna keep going live with this. Just rounding the eyes off like a footballer. Just Carve Rob's getting really good at doing the eyes for his little miniatures. And it would be nice if everybody could say hi to Just Carve Rob, because he's been struggling a lot this winter with his back. You know, he's got the real bad back problems. So, okay, so there they're in. So now, I can't draw them and it's too small. I'm just going to make it, I'm going to do one slice across here, acting like so it will separate the eye to give you a top eyelid and a bottom eyelid. Well, that's kind of stupid. You know, so now I got to open those up a bit more. You know, they say when you're doing eyes to really dig in each corner. That's how you'll make it look round. I got to flip this around. I think that's good enough for me. Yeah, the eyes aren't perfect. Now I'm going to just kind of give it a little slice in here to separate the eyelid from the eyebrow. And kind of come up here. Same with this. Okay, now we're going to give him some age lines here. Well, it looks like he's cross-eyed for some reason. Okay. What do they call this? Crow's feet or something here? Give him a secondary smile line kind of thing. I learned so much from that Rex, this new channel. Okay, so we'll separate the bottom lip from the mustache with this bit. Kind of do a deeper cut on the side here. Give the nose, kind of wrap it around there. I learned that from Ryan Cook, but also Kevin at Sticks and Stones. Give him some forehead age lines. We can even give this guy eyebrows with this bit. Like the eyebrow hairs. Kind of just clean up your carving a bit. You know, so we got his pupils kind of there in the eyes. You can give him some little circles. It's always easier to make your eyes look one way or another way. The hardest eyes are to do to make them look straight ahead. So we'll make this guy, let's see what works here. Let's make this guy like this. So now he's looking that way. Don't forget to sign your pieces. You can put the signature wherever you want to put it. I think he's pretty well done. Run around, clean your piece up, do what you got to do. Separate that eyeball from the eyelid a bit. Carry on. Okay, so these are the fuzzy wheels from Ram Products Incorporated. They're in Dayton, New Jersey, I believe it is. Ram, I'll leave a link below to all the Ram stuff. But so you got brown, coarse, red, medium, black is fine, and assortment number 10. So we're going to want to go with the brown. So here's the brown. So this is the 332nd collet. So now there's a good time to see how the collet that you have to slide inside this collet works. So stand by. Okay, so that's our 1/8 collet inside there. I got the little one right here. I think you just slide it in there. I should really read the instructions. Then this is the 332nd. You put this in here. And once again, I pull it out just a little bit and lock her up. There we go. Yeah, it's in there. So this is a 332nd colt. That's how easy it is. Now, this is running at 45,000 RPMs. It doesn't flash when it's running, but I'm going to turn it way down because this is a big load on these hand pieces. So let's start off with like 15,000 or 13 or 14, 15,000 and try it at that. See if we can clean up this carving a bit with this. So that seems like it's pretty good. So that stalled this machine, and I thought it would. So maybe we have to, I think we have to turn it down even more. Nope, that's too. Let's maybe even try it higher. Maybe that's better. Faster's better. You just got to experiment, right? Yeah, so fast. You can see it's not, I got it going faster, and it's not stalling. Yeah, so it's obvious you got to run this faster. And this is holding off pretty good. Like it's, lots of the cheap Chinese ones, they wear away super fast, but this one's not bad. And like I said, I'm not trying to sell anything for Ram because, well, I'm just not about that. It's starting to burn the wood a bit. Okay. So let me get this finished up. And I think it is pretty well finished, don't you? Stand by.
Yes, this was a long video. What's your point? So there's the wood spirit. So I think it's a good video. We got two things done at one time. We carved a wood spirit, and I showed you guys this new ram carver. Well, it's new to me anyways. So my true opinion on it. Well, Ram, fellows at Ram, if you watch this video, I don't know what you're going to want me to say, but I'm just going to be honest. I like it. I like it. I got a cheap marathon one from China. I had the Master Carver one, the blue one. I like this better than both of them. You know, I think you guys, if you want to upgrade your wood carving and the Dremel's too loud and you're tired of the flex shaft, you know, this Dremel flex shaft, you know, it's like holding rocks, being in a Jeep with no suspension going over rocks compared to holding this. This is smooth. This is like floating in the clouds, you know, like let's put them beside each other. So that's the comparison. Switch out burrs easy. I'm not trying to sell it to anybody. Like I said, I know I repeat myself and I don't care because that's how I remember that I said it. So I'm going to leave a description. No, I don't make any money if you buy a Ram. It's just me supporting their tools. They're such good people, and let me hopefully work with them more in the future. Like I said, guys at Ram, Jordy needs a portable micro carver. Just kidding. You've already given well enough. But you guys, I think it's 10 or 15. I think it's 15% off more the price if you go to the Ram site which is below. I'm not going to leave anything else. I'm just going to leave the RAM site in the description below. Use the code that I leave you. I think it's Carving Fusion, and you'll get excuse me, you'll get 10 or 15% off the price. And the blue one that I bought, just Carve Rob has it, but Rob bought the upgraded to the which one was that? Same one as Studio on Lake, the Oz Plus. Rob has one of those blue master carvers, and I think this is better than that. It's got the digital screen, and but one thing I do suggest again, and I know I repeat myself, who cares? Order the foot pedal too. I don't know if it comes in a package with the foot pedal. You're going to save yourself the trouble from having to turn it on and off, and you can do that with the foot pedal. It makes carving such a more enjoyment thing to do. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. There's the wood spirit. I gotta carve some wood spirits because there's a art sale thing in my town, and they asked me if I could be there. I says, well, I'm not going to be there, but you can have my carvings there if you want. She said, oh, that's perfectly just fine. So I got to do some affordable carvings for that show. I think it's next month. But I'm going to carve this now. You don't get a crappier piece of wood than this. Let's see here. This is a beach find that I had. Look how crappy it is. It's all broken and cracked. It's a root piece. You know, so it sits there just like that, can sit on somebody's table. Now I'm going to try and carve a negative space wood spirit. And if that doesn't work out, I'm going to carve this weird creature with his horn on the top right there. Got a horn here where I'm tapping. There's his eye. And yeah, I support the RAM. I like it a lot. I think it's a lot better than the Master Carver. Not doing that. Not a used car salesman. No. Carry on. See you later, everybody. Thanks again, RAM. Bye.